Atlanta is no stranger to hosting massive events like the World Cup. These torches in Centennial Olympic Park remind us every day when the '96 Olympics was here in Atlanta. Now it's lined with FIFA memorabilia as watch parties will be hosted here all summer. Now, Atlanta is one of many host cities that are vulnerable to extreme heat, like Dallas, Houston, LA, and Miami. And for many of these repeat host cities, it might just be too hot to host in the future. A new study by Climate Central found that 14 of 16 host cities now see more extremely hot June and July days since 1970, and nearly half of those days were added by climate change. On average, these extremely hot days have tripled in repeat host cities. Miami and Mexico City now have 5 times more extremely hot June and July days since their last host years, averaging only 2 extreme days in the 1980s, but closer to 12 in the most recent decade. In both cities, more than 90% of those extremely hot days were added by climate change. Even in host cities with cooler climates like Boston and Vancouver, climate change has put its thumb on the scale, adding at least 4 more extremely hot June and July days in the last decade. So, where do we safely avoid extreme heat for World Cup matches? Do we change the timing or the location? Well, the timing has already been changed. Back in 2022, the World Cup was hosted in Qatar. So they had to move the matches to November and December to avoid the desert's extreme heat. We might need to do that again coming up in 2034 as Saudi Arabia is set to host. Do we change hemispheres? In June and July, the northern hemisphere is baking in summer heat, but in the southern hemisphere, south of the equator, it's actually winter. We could take advantage of some cooler climates there to capitalize on the June and July timeframe. Either way, World Cup matches and summer's extreme heat will always be intertwined. So in order to continue having these games in a safe and enjoyable way, we'll have to be more resilient.